Today on the channel, what I bring with me every time I go on the road with my airline job. This is everything in my bag, my rollerboard, and my backpack, things from GoRuck and a bunch of other places. Let's look at everything I take with me as an airline pilot on the road. All right, today from Stuttgart, Germany, a little bit about what an airline pilot brings with them every time they go. This is my overseas collection, so you're going to get to hear about some of the things that I specifically take on longer range flights. But this, generally speaking, is what I take with me every time I leave the house on anywhere from 2 to 6 day trip. I'm not going to talk about all the socks and underwear and all the other things that you would bring, because that's really no different than what if I was traveling any other place, except I got to bring some work clothes. Normally I bring a 2-bag setup. This is normally a backpack for me because I like to have something as I go around town. This is the GoRuck M22. I've used different ones in different videos that I've taken out and tested. The GoRuck Samurai GR1 was another one that I've had before, and I've also had the dog's barking here too. And I've had the GR1 Dyneema build, the GRXC1 as well, are two of my favorite bags that I take on the road. But I normally like a backpack because if I want to go out and carry a bunch of stuff, then I want to have a backpack with me. The other bag is a rolling bag, which I just hate rolling bags, but for work it just makes the most sense because I'm carrying stuff. I can't carry this on my shoulders in uniform, so I have something with wheels. When I'm out there by myself on a regular trip, vacation with the family, I don't ever carry something with wheels. Anyway, this is a Luggage Works steel framed built like a tank suitcase. We'll dive into this in a little bit, but that's just the 2-bag setup. A backpack hangs from the front of my rolling bag. We'll dive into this in a little bit. So this is, again, the Luggage Works big 22-inch rolling bag built like a tank. What are the things that I carry and really specifically live in this? Well, you normally have workout clothes and that kind of thing. Again, I'm not going to dive into sort of the clothes because it varies by the day, the length of the trip, and where I'm going. Warm, hot, time of the year. Now, inside, some pro packing tips from an airline pilot. Packing cubes. This is a Peak Design one. I like it because I can carry most of my stuff in here, and I put my stinky stuff in the other side after I use it. So it just is really, very awesome. My favorite packing cubes are the ones from Peak Design. GoRuck also makes my second favorite ones if I had to give you one. Other things that are always with me, travel solutions in terms of power, recharging everything I have with me. This is a little Tumi case I got somewhere, and it just has all the international chargers that I only use on an international trip. So whenever I go on an international trip, throw this in the bag and then I'm ready for any country that I can go to. Normally, domestically, I carry a Evergoods Cap 1. This has all my domestic charging solutions and my international supply of cash for various countries that I typically go to, which is, Europe or the UK. Cap 1 from Evergoods. Other things in here, these Garage Built Gear Mighty pouches are awesome. This one has audio recording. This another one normally has a GoPro, but this time I actually packed in this Notorious EDC pouch, which is awesome. This one has, this has the DJI Action 3, my current go-to for an action camera. I moved from the GoPro to the DJI, and that's what I'm recording on my other camera with. So this is perfect, the EDC, Notorious EDC pouch from them. Just got this, super cool. All right, so around town. I've already told you a little bit about, normally if I'm going big around town, I'll use my backpack. I'll take all the stuff out of there that I don't need and just use that for around town. That's what I did when I filmed the intro and the outro to this specific video. But if I'm gonna go smaller, I got two options that I use typically when I'm on the road. Option one, and really this ends up being the most commonly used version, is this is the GoodWorks Boogie Bag Mark II. This is what goes around with me every time, either in sling mode or in hip mode. Either way, that's normally where how I carry this thing, because it carries just the essentials of what I need when I'm on the go, things that wouldn't fit in my pocket. So that's the Boogie Bag. The other thing that I would typically carry, and I use this a lot of times if I'm going out into the wilderness on a longer trip where I really just need to take maybe a jacket and some water, and I don't necessarily feel like taking the other bag, is this Matador Free Fly 16. Totally packs down to the size of a packable poncho, and then you expand it and it's a backpack. So haven't done a review on this stuff yet. I'm planning to do that in the near future, but this is just a packable backpack. Put all your stuff in it and go for the day and stay hydrated. And it just has pockets for all that stuff, and it's just super comfortable. So that's really kind of how I get around town, is one of these options. And I like to be flexible because I don't really know how long I'm gonna go, and I just like to be prepared for any of those situations as I'm out. That's the rolling bag. Let's dive into the M22 to see what I brought this time. I really do love the GoRuck M22. Had this one for a while. This is the one that I decked out with Scars modifications. Video up here if you want to see more about this M22. But I like this one because I normally carry my Yeti water bottle. I forgot it this trip, but normally have a Yeti water bottle in here. It fits perfectly, keeps things cold all day long. Have the ability to carry other taller things and lash them in with these attachments that Scars put in for me. This side of the bag is normally passport, cash, AirPods, those things that I'm gonna need while this thing is hanging on the front of that rolling bag. And that's just kind of stuff that you always wanna have. Definitely need to have quick access of your passport. Back panel, MacBook Pro. I use the 14-inch MacBook Pro. It's over there on the desk. Bing. Otherwise, as we dive into the M22, things I bring with me in the top little quick access things that I want protected: sunglasses, reading glasses, ibuprofen, a flashlight. Those kind of things are always underneath, and when I'm in the airplane I can flip this bad Johnny open and just use stuff that way, and then flip it closed and I'm on the go. Inside, got charging brick for when I'm on the move, got a bigger flashlight, and I just got this, and I did a video of this a couple days ago, the Black Ember boarding kit. More about that in a little bit. But what else is in here? Hat to keep the sun out of your eyes when you're flying an airplane, because that's important. And then this grenade. So this grenade is a little mini GR1. It's the same size as a GR1 field pocket. You've seen this in a couple other videos. Scars built this for me, and they did a fantastic job. They're building a whole lot more. Where can you get a grenade? You can go to Sandlot Jacks, end of April. I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to know more about Sandlot Jacks. It's a big GoRuck event coming up soon. Anyway, that's where you can find one of these in a range of colors. Follow them on Instagram if you want to see more about the grenades. In here is some more flight documents that I always need to have with me, your license, that kind of stuff, and an aviation headset. This fits the David Clark Pro X. That's what I use, and it fits nicely in here and protects it when I'm just kicking around town. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Sometimes I have my Insta360 X3 in here. Today that's probably gonna live right out there. What's in the boarding kit? Why do I even bring it? And I don't normally bring this unless I'm going on an international trip. On an international trip, I carry this with me to my seat. I put all the other stuff in the overhead or in front of me, and then I have just this front pocket of the boarding kit, cell phone normally if I'm not going to use it, or some other things I just don't want in my pockets. And then the back panel of this, always bring this thing with me, iPad mini. And this is just the most convenient option to watch, consume content, whether it's YouTube videos about other bag reviewers or F1 or whatever you happen to be watching. This is the way I consume content when I'm on the go. It's just, to me, the most convenient way to do it. And I'll download all this stuff and make sure it's all topped off before I get to the airplane. Inside this thing, like I showed you in my other video, I got a charging brick normally. I'll put my other pocket stuff in here. I'll normally have a bigger set of headphones. These are the Bose Quiet QC somethings. They're pretty old. A sleep mask and then some charging cords so I can charge my devices while I'm in the airplane. So that's just it. the boarding kit mini from Black Ember. I'll put a link in the description of this as well. It's just a really nice and convenient way to carry things from to my seat and be totally sufficient while I'm there to relax and enjoy the flight. So that's it. That's just some of the things that I bring with me as an airline pilot every time I leave the house, go on anywhere from a 2 to 6 day plus trip on the road. Just some of the packing tips. All right, so there it is. Everything in my pilot bag as I go on a multi-day trip to Europe. This one's from Stuttgart, Germany. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more travels abroad, let me know in the comments down below. See you in the next video.